India today has accessed the letter that recommends a commendation card. Chief of the Army Staff, General Bipin Rawat's commendation card to Major Leetul Gogoi. The order says that the Army Chief has directed that his commendation be conveyed to Major Gogoi and other Army personnel. This is an India Today exclusive. India Today has accessed the list of personnel being awarded the Chief of the Army Staff's commendation. This was done just yesterday. Take a look at these images. This is an India Today exclusive. India Today's Manjeet Singh Negi gets us more on the story. Remember, Major Leetul Gogoi had taken that command decision as the company commander of the quick reaction team. He was called in to rescue an election party on the 9th of April during polling in Srinagar. Now, he had at that point of time taken the command decision. He tied a man to the bonnet of his jeep, took him out. There was no stone pelting when this happened. I quickly want to cut across to India Today's Manjeet Singh Negi for more on this. Manjeet, bring us details. What does the chief's letter say? On what grounds has Major Leetul Gogoi been given the chief's commendation?
Gaurav, this shows the army backs its officer, and this is a 23rd May order where the Chief of Army Staff, General Bipin Rawat, has directed that the commendation to be conveyed to the officer listed in the list to their devotion on duty.
Okay, stay with me, Manjeet, stay with me. That's a big story that India Today's Manjeet Singh Negi is breaking for our viewers here. India Today has accessed this letter, list of personnel being awarded the Chief of the Army Staff's commendation, and this is an Army order. This is Army's official document. Now this will be entered in his records, in Major Leetul Gogoi's service record, that on the 23rd of May, this is the Chief of the Army Staff has directed that his commendation be conveyed to officers whose names have been given out, and this is the name, Major Leetul Gogoi. An entry to this effect may be made in their record of service. So when the Army Chief visited the Badami Bagh cantonment in Srinagar, he met a number of officers. He was briefed about the situation on ground, and Manjeet, the Army Chief, was apparently impressed by the manner in which Major Gogoi rescued the situation. No lives were lost.
Yes, Gaurav, there are 7 to 8 Army personnel who got the Army commendation letter, and Gogoi, Major Leetul Gogoi, is the 5th in the list.
Okay, and when we look at this letter, it very categorically says, look at this letter very closely, it says, this is an order in recognition of their devotion to duty and distinguished service. So this letter that has exclusively been accessed by India Today very clearly shows that the Army considers that this is distinguished service and this is devotion to duty. Now, there are people who say that the officer took a human shield. That's one way of looking at the situation. The officer, under the Army Act and under the Armed Forces Special Powers Act, was well within his rights to open fire at a mob. He spoke to India Today, Major Leetul Gogoi, and Manjeet, he very categorically said that there were 1,200 people, there were some 1,200 people, women and children, who were pelting stones. They had petrol bombs, and he only ensured that the polling party was rescued from there without a single shot being fired. Okay, we will continue to get you more on this big story, but while the Army backs its men on ground, the Army has also made one thing very clear. This is not the new normal. This is not standard operating procedure. Some of these young officers, they're looking at the situation on ground. They have to take spur of the moment, quick decisions, and this was a quick decision taken by the officer on ground, and the Chief of the Army Staff backs his officers on this decision taken. The government has also said that they back their officer, whether it's Minister of State in the Prime Minister's office, or you have the Home Minister, you have the Information and Broadcasting Minister, the Law Minister of the country, and the Defence Minister. They've all backed the officer for this decision.